I'm a physician, and I currently practice a hybrid form of medicine, traditional and more holistic. In my current environment, I'm not allowed as an employed physician to do what I'd really like to do. So my question to you is
Which is encourage wellness?
Right. Exactly. An oxymoron in our current environment. I'm an employed physician right now, and I've been private in the past, but I'd like to get some ideas on being inspired to transition to do more of a complete holistic approach.
Well, you can feel the wobble in that.
Exactly.
Because it's a big transition, isn't it? It's a big economic transition. And, but, you heard us talking with our friend earlier about wanting to own her own dance studio. And you heard the conversation as we were really encouraging her to just start from right where she is doing what she wants to do and acknowledge how much of what she wants she is able to do from right where she is.
Correct.
And you started a bit in that direction, but then almost immediately in opposition to that, because there are clearly things that you would like to do that you cannot openly do. But
correct.
When you think, what is the what is the oath that all physicians take? What does it say?
First, do no harm, but to heal the patient.
Are there other words about it? What are the words? Does anyone know the words?
To be honest, it's embarrassing. I haven't read it in so long I don't remember.
And yet, does it not apply anymore? No one.
It's a good question.
It's not something that they ask you to. It's not at the forefront of anyone's mind who is stepping into that anymore. Well, then so there's nothing mandated. In other words, there's no oath that they ask you to take anymore as a physician.
They do, but the question is how many people still abide by that.
Really? You mean they just pretty much do what they want anyway?
More and more dictated by other forces that get them off the path of what they originally came in to do.
But you can play it any way you want. In other words, so if you were to write your oath as a physician, what would it be? It doesn't have to be poetic or beautiful words, but what is your intention? Why do you do what you do?
To try to assist people in wellness in any way I can.
In any way you can. And
correct.
So you have to take them from where they are.
Correct.
And move them to where they want to be as best you can. So most of it is happening with the power of your mind anyway. In other words, it is much more a vibrational journey between you and them than it is anything else.
Correct.
And then because alignment trumps everything. So we know that the question that you are asking is, how can I transition into more of a freedom environment where I can actually do more of what I'm inspired to do?
Correct.
And we want to say, we think the cart is before the horse just a little bit, because first you want to really get solid within you your inspiration. In other words,
that's exactly it.
And once that's in place, everything else will fall easily into place for you.
So is that to do more focus wheels or?
Yes, and a focus wheel, what the original focus wheel that we talked about said, find something that you already believe and affirm it. And then from that, more things with more details will come to you. So what are the general things that you already believe that are already a match to what you want? Did you hear that question? That's really because you are where you are, and what you want is what you want. So when you amplify within yourself what you already believe, meaning no wobble, you believe it, there's no wobble in it. When you amplify, when you focus on, and law of attraction will amplify it, when you focus on what you want about what you want that you already believe, then it grows from there. So can you make some statements like that?
I'm already doing much of what I want.
Good statement. Just don't add the next part to it.
Right.
Because the next part was going to wobble, wasn't it?
Correct.
Takes a little discipline to stop it right there, doesn't it?
And many people, like myself, are very rational and, like the other gentleman, start to make a list of things to do. So being motivated to do stuff instead of inspired. And that's really my question.
On your list of things to do, write nothing. or only inspired things. On your to-do list. That'd be a good exercise to begin with. My to-do list, what's on it? Pretty much nothing. Well, then why does it even exist? It's your list.
Correct.
Replace the to-do list with to-feel list. To-feel list. Or how about the list, the to-be list? To be happy, to be steady, to be clear-minded, to be aligned, because alignment trumps everything. And then the to-do list, you could put on it a very general statement: anything and everything I feel like doing. Anything I feel like doing. So then that brings you around, well, Abraham, there are a lot of things that I have to do that technically should go on the list. And we say, then figure out how to feel like doing them. If you got to do them, figure out how to feel like doing them before you do them. Because if you do stuff you don't feel like doing, you're bucking your own current. So figure out a way to feel like doing them. You're on such a good path, and your basis is so well established, and you know so clearly what you want. And we'll say to you, but it won't feel as fast as you would like it to be. The entire world of medicine is gravitating to the world of medicine that you want, because it is the natural thing. It is the natural thing. And there are always going to be holdouts to that, but you are a perpetuator of well-being, and well-being does not come in prescribed ways. It comes through the crack of least resistance. So if you can align yourself with the way true holistic well-being happens, we are eager to describe that to you here. You're just going to take delight in hearing these words because you already know it. But this is the way you want to pattern your entire medical practice. True holistic well-being comes through the crack of least resistance. And what we mean by that is the inner being of every individual knows who they are, what they really want, and where they stand in relationship to it, and is offering constant inspiration, which they are in varying degrees receiving or realizing. There's not a prescribed plan that is offered to everyone.
Correct.
It is an individually, a precisely created, inspired plan, process, program for every single person. Imagine that. Source knowing where you are, where you want to be, and knowing what the likely path of reception is for you. Can we say that the likely path of reception and the path of least resistance are the same path? And Source knows what your likely path of reception is. So isn't that a wonderful way for you to live? Because all of your patients are different. Each of them is looking for something different. They have different diagnoses. They are in different places. They are in different degrees. There are not even two of them that you could put in the same category. And so all along it has been a precisely detailed, precision-based approach for each and every one of them anyway, you see. Talk about holistic. Talk about inspired. Yeah. So we would start there with each person who comes to us. You are unique, you know. And I'm ready for you and you're ready for me. So let's get this done. In other words, do everything you can to inspire soothing. Now, if you work in a business where you are not allowed to soothe, get out of that business.
And that's not the situation.
We didn't think so, but we just wanted to make sure. because that is the key. That is the key to what they want and what you want for them. Soothing.
But again, disease in our current medical system generates a lot of money. And staying well doesn't generate money for people that focus on disease. So it's a different paradigm. And so transitioning people to that, which is joyful, but since I'm an employed physician...
Well, we don't think you have to worry about everybody getting so healthy that there's no business anytime soon.
Oh, no, there'll be business for a long time.
There'll be a steady stream of those who are benefiting by the clear approach that you have to offer. That's not something that you ever even need to consider again, ever.
No.
Yeah. Any of you, plenty of business right where you are about anything that matters to you. That's a really good place to start. In other words, if you think you're working in a desert where there's no water, you're just going to get really thirsty. But it's never like that. It's never like that. Is there something more that you want, or did we give you the basis that you're looking for?
I think so.
We think so too.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you.